Welcome to the December edition of Young People Doing Big Things. Our guest for today is Claire Charles. Claire is a 14-year-old Web3 developer. She is a tech conference speaker and was recently nominated for Women in Tech Awards. And now, a little bit about Esther. Ed Software Development Academy is a software training academy based in Lagos. The academy runs a 3-month program that trains students to be able to build simple applications. Now, let's meet our guest, Claire Charles, and our host, Enoch Olisa.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Young People Doing Big Things. It's the December edition, and my name is Enoch, and I'm very happy to have you here. If you're just joining into the event for the very first time, Young People Doing Big Things is a program that seeks to discuss with young people in the tech space who are building very wonderful things. So we bring them to the program, we hear from them in specifics. We want to know how they started, how their journey has been, and the kind of future they envision. And this is about the 8th version, and it's been such a very wonderful journey. I've gotten to speak with a whole lot of very young people who are doing awesome things, and even me, the hosts, at the end of such events, I usually feel very motivated and very empowered to do even more and reach out to more young people. So once again, you're welcome. If you're joining us from Nigeria or from Canada, wherever you're watching us from, you are most welcome. On today's edition of the program, I have Claire Charles. Claire is a 14-year-old Web3 developer who started out in the year 2020. And on today's edition of the program, we're going to speak with her, and I'm very sure that whoever you are, either a parent, either somebody who is just starting, or either somebody who is very experienced, you'll be able to learn some things from her. Welcome once again. Claire, it's nice to have you here. You're welcome to the event.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Okay, Claire, our usual first question to our interviewees is this. Let's get to meet you. Your name, your background.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm Claire Charles. I'm a 14-year-old Web3 developer, technical writer, and open source contributor. I'm also a Nigerian. I'm a student as well. Yeah, I love coding. I love eating. I love dogs. That's like all about me. I also love teaching, speaking, and writing. I love teaching people in general. Yeah, that's one thing I love so much. So that's just it about me.
Okay, that's nice. Talking about teaching and speaking, we'll get to talk about that later. When did you start coding?
I started coding in 2020. Now, what happened? I was like 11 years old, very tiny. So my sister always like comes home with her laptop and then like codes and builds really amazing stuff. She just types really good things, and then the next thing that happens, a website is being made. Yeah, and now when this website is being made, I just look at it and be like, oh my god, what did she do? She's been typing really amazing things on this computer, and then a website is here, and I'm like, okay, I want to learn this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to understand what she's doing, and I'm also going to build websites by just clicking on my computer. Then she gave me her courses. I started learning. I learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript. The journey was so amazing. Then I started like I joined this boot camp, She Code Africa, and they had to teach me Scratch because of my age. I was really small. So I had to start from the beginning. I used Scratch, a block programming language. And yeah, that was like all about it in 2020. 2021 wasn't that much of a year for me. I was just like learning React and all. But yeah, that's like all that happened. Then 2022, I started Web3. So that's all about it for the 3 years I've been into tech.
Okay, that's been quite a journey, and I'm very happy to hear that. Okay, so I know you've mentioned part of your stack, that's JavaScripts. Do you have other tools that you use, other programming languages you're proficient in?
Because people say
Or
HTML is not a
tools,
programming language.
Yeah,
All
of course.
right, all
Well,
right.
it is a language, but not, it's more of a markup language than a programming language. Yeah, I mean, so HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, any other tools?
Yeah, I use Solidity. I
Okay,
use Node.js
okay,
and TypeScript,
okay.
Next.js, React.js, and Git and GitHub. So like those are the tools I currently
Stack.
use.
Okay, that's nice to hear. And I'm sure young people who are watching this, that's those who are just starting. So the way tech works, with the skill that you have, while building with that, you realize that you need to touch more tools, you need to learn more skills. And it's nice to hear that from you, Claire. Okay, moving over to the next question. It's a 2-in-1 question, so you can choose the one you're going to answer first. Has software development opened doors for you? And if yes, what has been your highest points so far?
Software development opening doors for me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say doors per se. I would say my brain. Learning
Okay.
software development has actually made me think better. It has improved my critical thinking by 100%.
Wow.
Like when I was in back in 2020, I didn't think, I just like see things and be like, I don't know, I'm not going to learn this. I don't care and all. But in 20, after learning tech, that was like when I started coding. 2020, I was like so curious about everything. I wanted to know about everything. I just like see things and like make the solutions really easy. I tried to make it easier for people to understand things because when I started coding, I didn't understand things that easily. So I try to make it like easier for people to understand. I make it easier for myself to understand first. Then I break it down to like really tiny concepts, really tiny content to also help other people. So like that's that's the door that technology, or rather software development, has opened for me. And then my highest point was when the biggest Web3 community I know, Developer DAO, acknowledged me. They were like, I'm a really good person in Web3. Yeah, that acknowledgement was literally my highest point. I was so excited when that happened.
Okay, that's very good to hear, Claire. Some of the things you shared, I can relate with. Um, Trying to combine that with how my own journey has been. There are some things that I should have learned when I began, and I just pushed aside, but later in the journey I realized I needed to learn those stuff. So if you are watching this and you are still starting, I usually emphasize speed. Learn fast and build with it just in any way you can. Then as you grow, you realize that okay, there's some stuff that you need to learn. Okay, it's nice to hear that from you. Um let's move on to the next question. So this is one question maybe newbies who are watching this usually have. And the question is this: if somebody asks you, Claire, is coding hard? What will your response be?
I
Oh,
don't know how to fix this. I don't know how in the world I'm going to fix it. So like you have to do a lot of research, have to do a lot of reading, like just like explore, you know. Now, like trying to do something on your own without just a course, so that can really like
okay.
stress out.
I'm not sure I can hear you. It seems the network is breaking. So would you want to come again? Can we take a second
Can
go
you
at
hear me
it?
now?
Yes, I think it's better.
Okay. If you ask me if coding is hard, I would say yes. Coding is hard, like really, really hard. And why is coding hard? When you encounter bugs, yeah, and you don't see the solution to the bug on Google, you just get frustrated. You don't know what to do. You don't know how you do it. You just start crying. Like me, I always cry whenever I have bugs. Like that's like one of the things that makes me hate coding, the bugs. And these bugs are tiring. Whenever you have bugs, you just get tired of everything. But the only way coding gets easier or gets comfortable is when you understand Googling skills. Like when you know how to Google, right, to get your solutions right. Another thing is communication skills. If you have the skill of communication, you talk better with people and like ask questions concerning your bugs.
Okay, thanks so much. Maybe I'll just reiterate for those who missed out because of the network, and thanks for sharing that. Okay, so what you can take away from what she just said was that learn how to Google. So one of the things we teach our students in our academy is one of the greatest skills you can learn as a software developer is how to look for knowledge. Yeah, because so whatever you want to do, there's somebody who has done that. So whatever challenge you're having, there's somebody who has had that challenge and has asked that question. So one of the skills you need to learn as a software developer, for those watching this or just starting out, is how to look for knowledge. And as Claire said, how to Google. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. I mean, it's nice to hear your thoughts on that. Moving over to other questions. I know about mentors. I know you mentioned that, your sister was one of the early inspirations that you had. Yeah, so would you have mentors? Do you have mentors in coding, in software development in your journey?
Mentors. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, I have mentors. I have
Yeah.
a lot of mentors
Okay.
in different
Or let me just
fields.
put it this way. If you don't have maybe mentors that you work with directly, do you have role models? Like people who you don't know personally but have been
Yes,
inspirations to you?
yes. Yeah, I have a lot of them. Like they're mostly on Twitter. Yeah. My sister is my biggest mentor, or rather, my biggest role model, because she just does everything so great, so perfectly. I don't even know how, but she does it well. So she's my biggest mentor. Another person I would mention is Gitanjali Rao. I don't know if anybody knows her in the audience, but Gitanjali Rao, she's like an 18-year-old woman in STEM. And what she does is really amazing. She uses technology to solve world problems. And whenever I look at what she does, I just become inspired and be like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get to that point. I'm going to get better. I'm going to be like Gitanjali. Another person I look up to is Nada David. Nada David is my mentor in Web3. Yeah, he has helped me out so much. We met at an event and he has really inspired me to keep going, keep pushing. Another person is Francesco. Francesco is like a Twitter person. He helps me focus more, or rather like puts more effort on my Twitter, like makes me keep pushing, keep tweeting, keep teaching as a whole, because like he's a really great teacher in everything. Yeah, so like those are like the four, I guess 5 people that have actually helped me out in my journey.
Okay. Thanks so much for those very inspiring responses. Talking about teaching and sharing knowledge with people, I know I said I'm going to ask a second question about it. Would you feel maybe teaching and speaking has helped you learn even more?
Yes, actually, because whenever I teach somebody, I understand what I'm teaching better. Because when I want to teach, I have to read and learn more to understand myself. Now, when I learn this, I just be like, okay, he might not understand it this way. She might not understand it this way. I might break it down. I'm going to read more content. I'm going to learn, watch more videos. I'm going to do this just to make sure this person is satisfied with the knowledge I get to share. Yeah. So I just do this and like just keep talking. I keep reading. That has helped me a lot. And one way I teach is by writing. Now, when you write, you like store things in your head. Now, like that's what my teacher told me at school, like the more you write, the more you learn. So that has helped me. Whenever I write, I read and like understand. I know that this is the right way to do this is the right way to do this. Now I memorize what I write better than like what I read. So that's how it has helped me.
Okay, that's nice to hear. I'm very optimistic somebody watching this would fly with this. So if you're watching this and you are like, I'm young, and how can I implement what Claire just said? You could maybe volunteer in maybe any organization or association that you belong to. So for example, if you're a Christian, I mean, you could start a coding club in your church or in your religious association. If maybe you are affiliated to an educational group or an educational institution, you could start a club. But most importantly, whatever you have learned, even though you feel it's very small, you can teach, you can share it. That way you learn even more and you are challenged to learn more. Yes, I mean, once again, thanks so much, Claire. We'll just ask some very very quick questions, and we'll take it from there. I also love to ask these questions to the young people that we interview. What's your dream computer?
My dream computer, it would be an like not dream computer per se. Like my setup, it should be like an Apple setup. Because if I had money right now, I'll get a MacBook and start working with it. Because I love MacBooks. I don't know why. Maybe it's of the hype or something. But yeah, I just love it. I just love the technology. So yeah, an Apple computer.
Okay, I mean, that's nice to hear. So it's going with the grain of most of the guys who have been able to interview. You guys are all Apple fanboys and fangirls. I mean, nice. Okay, still talking about dreams. What's your dream company? Like that's current company that you would like to work for? Okay, just before you answer, let me add a second question to it. Then, I mean, what does the future look like for you in terms of either starting your own company or working for a company? Yeah. So right now, what's your dream company? Like if you could work for any company now,
First
what would be that
question.
dream company? Yeah.
Okay, I have two actually.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I have two. The first company I would love to work with is Alchemy. Now, Alchemy is a Web3 node provider platform. Yeah, I love the company so much. I had a chance to work there once, but because of like my age, I can't. And Google, the second one is Google. Google is like the biggest company or probably everybody's dream company. So yeah, I'd love to work at Google someday. And now, my future, is it building a tech company or working at one? I'll say the two. I actually want to do both because I want to know what working feels like, and I also want to build like a project that could also gain me money. Yeah, I would gain money from it. I also want to do that and like have fun with it. At the same time, I want to like work. So I would do both, start up a company and then pause and then continue working, or start working, then start up a company and continue working. So like that's how I want to do it.
Okay, that's very nice to hear. Well, I'm happy you started with saying the company you once worked for is Alchemy. Yeah, I mean, it's a departure from some of the past interviews that we had, where most of them just want to work at Google and I mean the big tech companies, which is fine, and which is nice. What it means is that those top companies have done a very good work of branding, and I mean it's nice to hear that. Okay, let's move forward. Let's now move to nation building. Let's talk about Nigeria and Africa. So let me ask the first question. Do you feel tech or software development is underutilized in Nigeria? That's the first one. Then the second one is, depending on how you answer it, what are some other areas or what are problems that you feel that software development can solve or tech can solve generally in Nigeria? Yeah, did you get that?
First, is technology underutilized? I would say yes. Yeah, I did. I would say
Okay.
yes because most of the companies built by Nigerians are fintech companies. Like there are up to 100 fintech companies in this country, in this continent, and it's like just too much. Like we can send money from anyone at any time. Why are they this much? And like there are other sectors of technology. Yeah, there is health tech, there's agro tech, there are different sectors. But why fintech all the time? Fintech, fintech, fintech. They've never actually done a like giveaway platform or a health platform or an agro platform. It's always fintech. So like that's like how it's underutilized, because we have really skilled tech bros and tech sis in Nigeria. But the thing is, they always just move ahead to build fintech companies. So like that's how it's underutilized, using their skills to build what already exists.
Okay. Okay. So then, if I would answer your second question, there are plenty other verticals that these tech skills could be applied: agri, health, and edtech and everything. Okay. Thanks for the response. It's been nice speaking with you, Claire. And we'll end with this question. So for somebody who is watching this now, either a young person, a parent, or okay, so for a parent who is watching this, what advice do you have for such parents?
The
A
advice
parent
I
who
would give
has
them
a young person, yeah. Yes, a parent who has, a kid between the age of maybe
all
10
right.
and
I
12,
almost
13,
gave a
14.
talk on this topic once.
Okay.
Now, like one thing I would advise you is make tech fun for your kid. Now, whenever your kid is coding, whenever your kid does this coding thing, or if your kid doesn't even find this idea interesting, you could make it interesting for the person, because there are other sectors, they're like topics that are actually interesting in this tech world. Like for example, there's gaming. Gaming is tech, it's part of tech, it's part of software development. You could build games as a kid. You could probably encourage your kid to like keep building, because he might build games, she might build games, she might do something to actually change the world. So like that's one thing I would say you tell your kid to do. You could make it fun by introducing your kid to such platforms like Minecraft, crypto zombies for the web3 people, and Scratch is like a block programming language where lots of people meet other people, other kids in tech. They get to build games, they get to build really amazing things on there. I'll tell you, like, tell your kid to venture into building with block programming languages.
Okay. And lastly, what word do you have for a young person out there who is thinking of starting out the software development journey or the tech journey?
Hmm. For somebody young trying to get into tech, yeah, I would say you build in public, because that's just one thing that is going to help you out so much. Because when you build in public, you grow your network, and when you grow your networks, you get opportunities. If you're looking forward to getting the money in tech, the bigger your network, the bigger opportunities come, the more salary you get paid. Now, how do you build in public? Go on Twitter, go on LinkedIn, look for a friend. When you get this friend, make a post, build project, post on there, tell your friend to retweet. Now, when your friend has retweeted this tweet, his friend will also retweet, and his other friends would also retweet. Now, that is growing your network. Other people now see your project, other people now see your article, other people see your work, and then be like, oh, wow, this is really nice. I'm going to follow the person. Probably one day your work might reach a Google recruiter, and somehow you get the job at Google. So building in public is one thing I would advise you to do. It has helped me. It has helped a lot of people. So I'll say you do that.
Wow, it's nice to speak with you. It's nice to hear from you. Very awesome insights. I'm sure our viewers have been able to gain. Lastly, can you kindly call out your social media handles? That's the one you're very active on. So that,
Okay.
some of
My
our viewers would like to
Twitter
follow
is
you. Yeah.
all right. My Twitter is Claire underscore Charles, and my LinkedIn is just Claire Charles, joined together with small letters. So that's it.
Okay. Facebook and Instagram. Are you not on those
Instagram
platforms?
is Claire underscore me 101, and Facebook, I'm not active on Facebook.
Okay. And with that, I really want to appreciate you, Claire, for speaking with you. It's been an awesome 20 to 25 minutes, and I'm sure our listeners and viewers from all over the world have gained very deep and meaningful and actionable insights from Claire. If you're just joining, Claire is a 14-year-old Web3 developer based in Lagos, Nigeria. She's been a tech conference speaker, and she's been an award nominee at the age of 14. Talk about young people doing big things. Thanks for joining us. This program has been powered by Software Development Academy, and we invite you to subscribe. You can also watch previous interviews with young people who are also building big things, and we appreciate you, and hopefully we'll be looking forward to you joining us for other interviews we'll conduct next year. Bye for now.